As I told the guys, the game for essentially 38 minutes hung in the balance back and forth, and I thought we were doing a really good job defensively at being there on the catch, so they didn't get as many open shots as their offense could give them or their intelligence gives them. And we hung in there. The pace was good. Whatever we didn't do mistake-wise didn't really cost us consecutively, which allowed them to get points. And we got up 50-45, and I thought if we could just get down to the late stages of the game and give ourselves an opportunity to continue to get stops, and then the big thing for us is just get quality execution, that we give ourselves a chance. And so we had a stretch in a timeout and talked about stop, score, stop. We came in, we had them off balance. It was 8 on the clock. We reached, got a foul. They made it 1-1. Came down with a play, turned the ball over, and then they came down and scored again. And essentially, now for the rest of the game, you're playing uphill. So while only turning the ball over 11 times today, can give us credit, but those late execution timeouts is really hurtful. And so that is something that we have to get better at. Our late game execution and our understanding how to get quality stops, and especially in those under 4 minute games that you got to win.
First question from Steve Newhouse. Go ahead, Steve.
Hi, Dave. I'd like to hear your thoughts on Ray Salnave tonight.
Been waiting for Ray to not just play like he played today, but to bring his skill level and have it match his bravado, his intensity, and his intelligence and his voice, all the things that he does really well. And I felt and have felt bad for him and for us because he hadn't shot the ball very well, and it was affecting his confidence. So he was mostly responsible for keeping us in the game and tied at halftime, and then didn't score as much, but played a really good floor game intellectually on both ends, and played like an older guy, and so hopefully it'll be something that we can grow with, both individually for him and collectively for our team.
Next question from Lawrence Kramer.
Hey, Coach, could you talk about your team's defensive performance, especially in that first 37 minutes when it seemed like you guys were doing a good job of containing them?
Yeah, the strange thing about it is that those things have happened at different points during the season where we have guarded really well, and whether it's just base defense and how we're supposed to play, and then scouting report defense and taking some of another team's attributes away. And for this team, it was their fast break and early offense, and then they run a lot of stuff that gets their shooters shots. We took a lot of it away today and had them play deep into the shot clock, which was to a really good advantage for one, having them not score how they usually score, and then just shortening the game that way. So the challenge for our guys is that we've become pretty consistent at being inconsistent that way, and we've got to be able to hang our hat on that night in and night out.
Lawrence, go ahead with the follow-up.
Yeah, Coach, with Charlie being out tonight, were there any specific adjustments you guys had to make on the offensive end without his presence tonight?
No, I mean, obviously when you have your top scorer out, other guys got to step up, and we talked about Ray doing that. And so I didn't name anybody specifically saying we need you to score or anything like that. What we wanted to try to do offensively, not necessarily just because Charlie was out, but just because of the team that we were playing, is be very, very poignant about the time it takes to execute, not taking early shots. And I know Creighton does a really good job at scout report defense, so they're going to slough off some guys by percentages and looking at our stats. But we had to sometimes make the smart play as opposed to the early play. And without Charlie, I think we did a really good job for long stretches of making sure we got good shots, deeper than normal into the shot clock. So whether that's because we didn't have them, or even if we did have them, that would have been the game plan.
One more question from Steve Newhouse. Go ahead, Steve.
Hi, Dave. Do you have an update on Charlie, his status with the injury?
He couldn't really bend his arm for shoot around a day, and obviously game time. So I'm not so sure. I know exactly the length of time and all that. We'll just keep evaluating it day by day. It's got swelling, so that hinders range of motion. So we got to wait till the swelling goes down and then evaluate what specifically is going on that he can get right back into things, or may cost a little bit of time. But I don't know that I know anything from a time standpoint.
All right, thanks, Coach. Hey, Lawrence and Steve, I'm gonna try to track down Ray here in a minute if you guys want to hang on.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Go ahead with questions, guys. Lawrence, I'll unmute you first. You're gonna go first.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Ray, could you just talk about your performance tonight without the presence of Charlie tonight?
I feel like tonight was a night where we needed everybody, as we do every game. But when a man goes down, we got to take advantage, and opportunities present itself, and I feel like I took advantage of this opportunity tonight.
Steve, you can go ahead and unmute if you got a question.
Ray, what was your reaction when you found out Charlie was going to be out and you'd be starting tonight?
I wasn't sure he wasn't playing until I think it was yesterday when we had practice, and he came in, his elbow was messed up. Like I said, I just took it as an opportunity that presented itself, and I knew that everybody's role was going to be everybody's going to have a bigger role tonight. Excuse me. And everybody had to step up, and I feel like we all stepped up tonight, and we just didn't finish the game out the way we should have.
Lawrence, you got another question? Go ahead.
Yeah, just one more follow up. Ray, what do you think happened in those final 3 minutes where Creighton came back and took the lead? What do you think you guys have to work on in those late game moments?
Details, execution. That's really what beat us tonight. Creighton played a great game. We played a great game. But like I said, it came down to the details in the end. We got to do a better job execution and capitalizing on opportunities. And that's just, tonight something that we just got to build off. We attack tomorrow or the next time we get back together, and, we build off this. We can't hang our heads because, it's the Big East. We got more games coming up. So like I said, we just got to build off this and just be ready to go for the next one.